When I stepped off of bus 7 towards Souhegan 4 years ago, a bunch of seniors waited outside the doors and flung some saber beads over my heads before I even knew what was happening. As a freshman, I remember thinking that the seniors seemed unreachable. They were so nice and smart and accomplished and athletic and bold. And now, 4 years later, I almost wish I could say that I have come to the realization that, in reality, seniors are actually normal and boring and ordinary. But there's absolutely nothing normal, boring, or ordinary about any one of us. I mean, come on, we're pretty amazing. Some of us have traveled to Spain, Italy, Greece, Mexico, Germany. Some of us have performed and competed around the state and even around the country. We may not have the organization to take over senior parking, drive into school altogether, or plan a successful beach day. However, we do have the spirit to hold an impromptu parade throughout the entire school and to turn a dull hallway into an Aztec paradise in the span of one day. We have supported each other and our community through tough times this year. We have stood up to the rigorous demands of senior project and succeeded in coming together as a class to celebrate our final days at Souhegan. When it came time to write this speech, I knew I was supposed to advise and inspire you about how to succeed and flourish and learn and make lots of money and be happy. But honestly, I'm only as equipped as you are to face the crazy world outside of 412 Blossom Post Road. Being a self-directed learner that only Souhegan could produce, I set out around our school and local community to enlist the help of the people who have been advising us all along. When searching for guidance about the real world, it seemed instinctive to solicit words of wisdom from the people who are already experiencing it. So, I pose this question. In 2 sentences or less, what is your best advice for the graduates of the class of 2010? Some people use their own words, like Phil Estabrook, who said to try just about anything. And our beloved Bernie from the NX CAF, whose advice is to simply be honest and have fun. Some gave advice for the future, like John Ranta, who said that if your career is something you love, then it isn't work at all. And some surprised me. I asked Frank Gallo, but allowed him to stray from the 2-sentence limit, because I know that 2 hours is a hard limit for him to stay within, let alone 2 sentences. However, his advice fit into a mere 10 words. Transcend your human desire for revenge and act mercifully instead. Which is more simply explained by my advisor, Jane Fleith, whose advice was, being nice is a really good idea. And my advice? Well, when I met with Angela before I started writing this, the first thing I said was, this speech is so hard to write. I hate how there's no rubric. And she probably laughed for a good 5 minutes at me because once we get to this point, there are no more rubrics. Once we go off into the world, no one will type out bullet points into neat little columns to tell us what constitutes meeting, exceeding, or approaching expectations. Although rubrics have guided us for the majority of our Souhegan career, there won't be any rubrics in real life. When we get our first real job, no one will be sitting in front of us, checking off whether we have received a 4 or 5 in the category of skilled information processor. No one is going to grade us as effective communicators when we need to make first impressions with the important people in our lives. So, I encourage you to create your own rubric for your life. Create your own set of learner expectations. I'm confident that every one of us has the capacity to exceed expectations in all of the categories. The final piece of advice that I acquired from my search was from a person who is crucial to our school community. And without him, many of us may not have made it through this year. From John, the cashier at Dunkin' Donuts. I advise you to start off good. I truly believe that we already have, thanks to our families, our friends, our teachers, the school, and our community, and especially each other. Thank you.